All right, somebody wanted me to make a video on this blower motor that we've added to our CDL Evaporator here this year. It's made a tremendous difference in the burn. See, I got the fire ready to go there this morning. Just waiting for the reverse osmosis to finish. So I just have a little piece of roofing or steel siding roofing, something that I bent up. And that just protects the motor from the ashes falling out when you open the door. So I just hooked that on there. And then many of you that have this CDL evaporator know that it comes with this iron door here, and it's got the little adjuster that goes in there with the teeth on it. So I just plugged that hole with some Roxol just to keep it airtight. And then I found this motor. This is a motor for a like the back of a wood stove to blow air throughout the room. So it's good at taking some heat. I mean, because it does see a little bit of heat from the firebox right here. Not too much, but yeah, it's made for fireplaces. So originally what I was doing before I had this little adjuster here, this is a voltage regulator for a router in like a wood shop. So I just bought that on Amazon. Before I had that, I just had it plugged directly into the 110, and I was adjusting the airflow. I made a metal flap that went on here onto this screw, and I could open the flap like this. Only problem with that, I guess if you call it a problem, is it was quite loud. And I mean, it's not like crazy loud, but it just like, you know, when you listen to this thing running for 6-8 hours a day, it gets kind of annoying. So because the fan was running full speed, obviously the motor was running full speed, I put this thing on, which lets me turn the motor way down, which quiets it down dramatically, and the amount of air is adjustable. Obviously, I've got that flap taken off now. The air is adjustable. So that, you know, as I turn this up, it increases the airflow, turn down, it decreases the airflow. Very simple. It's got a little switch on it here where when I open the door, I just put it to the off position, and then when I close the door, I put it to the 2 there, and then the 1 would be full speed, but I hardly ever use that. So that just made it so that I could run it at the speed that I want and at the decibel level that's not super annoying. So yeah, I just cut a square hole in the iron of the door here. I think I just used an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel, so pretty easy. Just marked it, cut it 3/4 of an inch less, so it just has a square hole behind here. And then 4 1/4-inch bolts with nuts on the back, and that worked perfectly. And just the weight of the door and this motor on it keeps it closed. You can see it's still loose there. Maybe I can show you. Yeah, you can see in there how I got it bolted, and there's the square hole. So really simple, but makes a huge difference in how hot the fire is and how quickly you can get it going. And yeah, it's just a lot more controllable, a lot hotter, a lot faster boiling. So I highly recommend it. It's not a super expensive thing to add. And I think a couple companies actually sell this with the door on it. So I saw that you could actually buy, but it's just so simple to make that it's definitely worth making. So hopefully that helps some people out, and thank you for watching.